back to knowing your e-portfolio. And like I've always done, um, disclaimer, I'm not employed by the 14 Fish, neither am I an expert in e-portfolio. I'm just sharing my experience and hoping that it will help you with your engagement with your e-portfolio. Today we are talking about educational assessment, and you know these are a few uh, educational assessment that you will be uh, facing or getting through your training. One is called CBDs and CATs, CSR, SETS assessment, COTS, and QIP. Um, Let me start with the CBDs. It's called case-based discussion. Um, Most time when you're about to do this, you actually do about two, a minimum, a maximum of, or no, a minimum of two. And in your training, whether you're in the hospital or in the GP training, um, your CS would ask you to prepare a case that you have seen. Most times is something that you really saw by yourself, a patient that you saw by yourself, did everything that you needed to do, and they would also ask you to choose any of the capabilities you want to be assessed on. A maximum of no, a minimum of three. I don't know why I'm mixing this word of minimum or maximum, but a minimum of three, and your ECS may add to it, make it 4 or 5, or they may even remove some in case you haven't really demonstrated that capability in that case. So it's usually about 30 minutes thereabout. Questions will be asked, what you could have done better, or what you think you did very well with this case, and questions will also be asked around the capabilities that you have chosen. Right? Let me leave it as that. You can read more on your RCGP website. CSR is what you call the clinical supervisor's report. That usually come at the end of your posting, and your clinical supervisor would look at all your evidence, see if it actually matches and if you have actually demonstrated those capabilities in those cases that you entered, and a couple of more other things that will be done in the CSR, but that is what it is. There would also be an educational supervisor's report as well that comes after your CSR. SEPS assessment is mainly the examinations that we do. Take, for example, thyroid, breast, prostate examination, knee examination. There are a group of them which are quite mandatory that you need to do in all your posting. But even you don't need to stop at that in order to to beef your portfolio and to make it quite comprehensive. You can actually make entry on all the any examination that you do. Someone may have to come and assess you physically. Any of the doctors, preferably your clinical supervisor, will be good. And they could assess you on any examination, knee examination, thyroid, like I said, abdominal, cardiovascular, respiratory, any of those things, and you can put it in the SEPS assessment, aside from the compulsory ones that we all know about. Cuts or audio cuts or mini cakes. So cuts is usually cuts could be cuts could be either listen to some your recording of your consultation, and that just is just like CBD, but in this case, some your supervisor is actually either sitting in to watch you do your consultation, and then you now talk about the different dynamics of the consultation, and then they assess you on it. Or they actually record your consultation, whether by telephone or by video or any of those things, and then you both sit down and look at it or listen to it, and then they ask you questions around it, just as similar to this. But the mini keg is what you do most important in the hospital, for those that are in the hospital posting right now, or hospital rotation in their training. Mini kegs is like what you do, almost similar to this, but there will not be any recording or your supervisor watching over you while you do your consultation. QIP is what you call quality improvement project. Most times is needed, once a year. Um, the best way I could say it is that you want to look at anything that touches your heart in your practice, or if you had a patient, and you struggled with the patient and you thought, well, if I see more of this is what I want to do. So that those are the kind of things that you do. But most times people would look at what what the practice is actually deficient of, or what the maybe a significant event you want to do, like a little audit on that stuff. But like I always do, my videos are just to kind of whet your appetite, and just give you simply I'm sorry, simple explanation on some of the terms that you have seen. And I'm just kind of nudging you to go back and read more about it, and leave your comments on the channel, and share among your friends, and like as well, and subscribe for more videos, so that once the video drops, you can be the first to watch it. So wish you all the best in your training. Until I make another video again. Bye.